Hello and welcome back to a new video. Today we will talk about conversation analysis, focusing specifically on overlaps and interruptions. Overlaps and interruptions are important features of natural conversations. To illustrate this, let's start by looking at an example between two speakers. In this example, speaker A is saying, "I think we should probably go to the park on Saturday." Speaker B, "Yeah, that's a great idea." In this example, we can see several interesting conversational elements at play. As you can see, firstly we have a dash at the end of speaker's A sentence. This marks a cut-off or self-interruption, showing that speaker A didn't complete the sentence. Moreover, the arrow signals the key point where the overlap is taking place. This is where speaker B begins speaking before speaker A has finished. In this instance, speaker B's response is a quick and enthusiastic agreement. Let's now move to a definition of the terms overlaps and interruptions. Overlaps occur when two people talk at the same time, often unintentionally. They can happen when one speaker is finishing their turn, while another one begins speaking. Instead, interruptions are often more deliberate. So one speaker cuts off another one and takes the floor. When we talk about overlaps, we can distinguish between two types. Cooperative overlaps are supportive, they are showing engagement and enthusiasm. For example, they happen when one speaker is finishing the other speaker's sentence or it is adding on to someone's point. Overlaps can also be competitive. For example, when one speaker is trying to take control of the conversation, it's signaling a struggle for dominance in the conversation. We can also distinguish between two types of interruptions. Power interruptions are a way to assert dominance or control the direction of the conversation. In this case, they often reflect social hierarchies and power dynamics. We can also find supportive interruptions. In fact, not all interruptions are negative. Some are meant to provide support or show engagement, such as when someone interjects to agree or to reinforce the point, or to help the speaker remembering a word. Overlaps and interruption have a great impact on conversation. Firstly, on the flow of conversation, as overlaps and interruption can affect the flow of conversation, potentially leading to confusion, misunderstanding, or a change in the conversation direction. Secondly, they also affect social relationships. This conversational feature, in fact, can reflect or affect the relationship between the speakers, such as showing familiarity, respect, and even conflict. To conclude, we should also say that overlaps and interruption have cultural implications, and they can also be managed inside an interaction. In general, speakers manage overlaps and interruption by pausing, repeating themselves, or explicitly acknowledging the overlap. Norms around overlaps and interruptions vary across cultures. Some cultures, for example, view interruption as rude, while other cultures, they see them as a sign of lively conversation and engagement. Thank you very much for having watched this video. Stay tuned for more.